guys, welcome back. So for the last couple weekends here of gun season, I've been out here exploring a new piece of public ground, or at least in the last couple years anyway. And I've been out here a couple times already this past year, but never really have gotten to be able to explore the western side of the property. Road access isn't the best, so it requires a little bit of a hike in. So kind of found last couple weekends, found an area to get back in here, find a path anyway to get in here. But it's really kind of fun to explore a new piece of property, and what I'm looking forward to is getting up into some of the hill country of this piece, and really old growth oak timber and some large cottonwood and some deep ravines and some hills. So we've just been making our way back in here, and we have found a kind of a path, I suppose. It could be a game trail of some sorts, or other hunters have been using this piece, but it's really a unique piece of ground for this part of the state, and I'm hoping that we can find a good spot here once we get up into the timber to really kind of set up a little sit for the rest of the evening. Right now it's just about 2 o'clock, I think, so probably got a good 15-20 minute hike in. We'll find a spot, a little knob to sit up on, and just kind of observe the timber to see what we might come across. I've got the 870 with me and a doe tag to fill, so if that opportunity presents itself, that'll even make it better. But really the whole purpose of this is just to find an area that I knew that I can explore and maybe come back in late muzzleloader and bow season, see if there's something that would be a good spot to set up on. I haven't been back out to the farm where I usually hunt for a while, just because there hasn't been any food sources out there for any deer to get to. So changing it up a little bit and explore this new area and make a little bit of adventure out of it. So our first obstacle here is a little creek that we have to cross and get up to the other side. So there is a little bit of ice on it, but some running water, but I think I found a spot that's shallow enough that shouldn't be an issue. And that was a lot easier than it was last weekend coming up that bank. Ground wasn't frozen then, so it was pretty slippery coming up there, but that worked out pretty good. Temperatures are hovering right around 30 degrees right now, and there's hardly any wind. So I think what we'll go ahead and do is load the gun. We'll make our way back up into this ravine. The bottom of the ravine, we'll find a spot to get up high and set up in. So that's the plan. Well, we already made a mistake on this hunt. I put in 5 shells in my pocket in this old orange vest, and they didn't hold very tight, so I've already lost 3 shells. Got 2 shells left, so that's all we'll be hunting with today. I don't want to spend the time to go back, at least on today's trip, to find those shells. So our opportunities to actually harvest something have just diminished that much more. So we'll see how it goes. But we're loaded up, safety's on. We'll head back into the timber and see what we can find. Alright, so we've come to the part of the property where it's the threshold of how far I've come in. We've got a long way to go. A lot of big timber out that way to the south. And before I came out today, I dropped a pin on the Onyx app, just looking at the topography of this property, and was able to find a spot at the top of the knob, and that's really kind of where I want to be, just so that way I can get a good view of the entire piece of property from up there. So that's where we're headed, in uncharted territory. That's what adventure's about, though. Let's go do it. Look at the size of this tree. It's huge. Big old growth forest in here. Fun. Yeah. Getting some elevation gain now. Looks like a big, tall stand of some old oak trees up here. Wow. Okay. I have to show you this. Scrape right here. It's a good sign. Just a very unique bit of timber. Another scrape there. Okay. So my whole thought process on this is get up here and explore and see what we can learn about the property, learn about the deer herd up here, which I have no doubt all these old oak trees, all the acorns, there's a lot of good food supply up here. So the idea is to get up here and find a spot to pull up on, sit out the rest of the evening, and we'll see what kind of movement we might have up here. Yeah, there's signs of deer up here for sure. Another scrape. All right. We're gonna try to get up and down this little ravine up to that other ridge. That way we can watch that side and this side all together. See if we can get there without tripping on anything kind of steep. Lots of multiflora rose brush in here. All good. These dry leaves don't make for a very good stealth approach. Well, we finally got set up in the top of this knob here. I've got a ravine down below here, probably a good 40, 50 yard drop, and then goes out another 80 yards. Got the hill over here to my left on that other knob that we walked through before, and then it drops down here another 30 yards, and then it goes straight up, and the hillside up there is above my head. And we got still a lot of property way back behind me here, so old growth timber like this, surely there are deer that will be roaming through here this evening, feeding on the acorns that they can find out here. I'm hoping we just get to see something. It's nice to be in a new piece of property, because we've been hunting out on the farm, and it's pretty desolate out there since the rut stopped, so maybe we'll see some action out here in the timber this evening. So we're just going to sit back and enjoy it. We used to, way up in northeast Iowa, get into hills like this and just big old bucks in the big timber. The story is, I started out 25 years ago hunting this shotgun season, and just as any rookie who has luck, my first year out, by 8:30 on opening morning, I'd shot a 10-point buck with a shotgun with the 870, and that gun has been with me all those years. And this year, 25 years later, we're back at it again. Life has definitely changed over that time period. I was a newlywed at that time, and we've been married 25 years now. Had 2 grown children. Relocated twice since then. And I just missed that part of the state for sure. But finding this little gem out here in southern Iowa really is reminiscent of those days. You think over the years how many experiences I've had shotgun hunting, bow hunting, muzzleloader. Starting out for several years, all I did was shotgun. So many memories over that time period. A lot of deer shot, a lot of years didn't get anything. But I've lived in this area for 20 years. Didn't even know this existed, and come to find out it's only 9 miles down the road from my house. So it's a new piece of property, new piece of public land. And I've been out here, this is my 4th time. And I don't ever see anybody out here, so I like to keep it a secret that way. But I know that there are a lot of people who probably get out here in the days that I can't, so. But just a beautiful area out here. Well, we're right at sunset. Got about a half hour of shooting light left. Did have a deer over here to my north of me. I think it was a doe, but it was kind of quartering away from me. I just caught the tail end of it, so not exactly sure if it was or not, but we're gonna go ahead and utilize this rest of the daylight we got and get packed up and start making our way out. Maybe we'll bump something along the way. Let's getting colder though. Alright, we're headed back on the trail to the truck. We haven't bumped any deer, but it's a fun little hunt to get out in the timber. Perhaps I'll get back there tomorrow. Thanks for joining me on this adventure. We'll see you in the next.